of all. It couldn't be your fault. When this life of mine will fall, it will always be my call. Trying to throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed of me? I thought, what age are we? It's warm outside, and we all want shine. Bet you nobody in the city could stay in the crib this time. Whoa, got pics on the way like a vacay. Shoot photo with an AK. Got friends by my side, trying to have a great day. And I wonder why they throw shades, yeah. But it's all on me, let them roam free like a European, yeah. See me pick up the phone like I'm trying to holler home, starting to act like E.T., yeah. Rock them shades, now they can't see me. Trying to run away, but I'm not speedy. Need no fake, I just want what's real, and I ride that way till I'm free, yeah. Throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me.
Welcome to the Motorhome and Caravan Show with your hosts, Shane Malpass and Jason the Motorhome Man Reynolds.
Oh, I've changed.
Hello, how are we doing, Jason? You all right?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. I've looked at my book and I've thought I'll do a different thing this week. So I've changed.
You seem to be much younger. You seem to be much younger and better looking all of a sudden.
It's the Botox. It's worked.
Okay.
Been on the sunbed, Botox. Well away.
Yeah. You don't talk as funny anymore, either.
No, I've lost the accent and got another one.
Okay. Very good. So yeah, good week.
Not really, but let's not go there.
Oh, dear.
It's not been great. Yeah. No. So why am I here and not Jason then?
Well, as we know, we've had Mr. Trudgian and Jason that have been competing against each other or slagging each other off, or what do you want to call it, and we've done we've got a bit of a debate coming up, haven't we?
We certainly have, yeah. Well, we get asked a lot, don't we, about what's better. What should I go for? Should I have a caravan? Should I have a motorhome? And hopefully we're going to sort the debate tonight, aren't we? And show everybody that you should just go for a caravan.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just obvious that it's a motorhome, which is why it was the motorhome show to start off with. And we all know that it evolved from a caravan and then it got better and they turned it into a motorhome. That's just how it goes.
Difference of opinions, isn't it, really? And so what are we going to settle this tonight? Is this going to be the be-all and end-all? We are going to find out once and for all what is best.
Pretty much. So what we've got a team from Jason and we've got a team from Dan, who I'll let them introduce very shortly. And we've got 5 questions coming up. And they've got to pick one of their team members to put their point across why a motorhome or caravan is better or more suitable.
This could get messy, couldn't it? This could turn into a real battle. Are we going to have a judge then and sort of decide who's winning, who's losing, or?
Yeah, I thought about having somebody who's very charismatic, knows, about everything and knows what the right answer will be.
You're making me blush. I didn't know I was going to be doing that. You are talking about me, aren't you?
So after thinking about who's the most suitable, I thought about yourself and John and who better than me. So I'll be the judge and jury of everything that goes on. We'll get a guest on to put their point across for 1 minute. Then after a minute, we'll get Dan and Jason back on and we'll see who can argue the loudest.
It can't just boil down to that, can it? There's got to be serious points put across them. I think we need to find out once and for all. And it's probably not going to work out for everybody, is it? It's not going to be the same answer for everybody, is it?
No, that's right. That's right. I mean, there's right and wrong answers for different people at the end of the day. It depends what your lifestyle is at the moment. There's a lot of new people on the market at the moment, and they might be wondering which one is the best for them. So something we also have coming up is Cat Wandering Bird. She's got a giveaway. So what we want to know is, what is the best motorhome or caravan name out there? So, you know, like people name the caravans and motorhomes. Want to see which one the best is.
So are people going to put their comments in, get the best name up now, and
that's right.
Who's going to pick that? Is that going to be Kat if she's giving that away?
We'll see. Well, yeah, I reckon if Kat keeps an eye on it, if she's watching, hopefully, then she can pick out the prize when she's on at some point.
Do we know what the prize is, or are we not allowed to say? Or
we do. It's a get it right guide. How to choose the perfect motorhome or camper for you.
That sounds interesting.
It's meant to be very good. It's meant to be very good. Well, camper, caravan, same thing. Yeah, it all works out. It'll work. Anyway, so let's bring on Dan and Jason. I'll start with Jason first. How do you think it's going to go this evening, Jason?
He's getting ready.
Getting ready, lads. Getting ready. Oh, yes.
Have you got your boxing gloves on?
Oh, I've been working my team. We've been off to SAS training camps. We've been doing it all. We're ready. We're ready. And what a lineup I've got.
Okay, so tell us more. Who have you got?
I'm not telling you. I'll tell you when they come on. I've got the heavyweights. I've got experience. I've got youth. I've got culture. I've got everything. And I've got Lee.
Sounds interesting.
Never gets old.
Nope.
So, shall we get the red corner on?
Yes, the red.
The caravans, of course.
In the red corner, weighing in at an unspecified weight, the original heavyweight. I thought the show was going to start off with Shane bragging about his, Jason bragging about his Pokemon once again, but no, we haven't gone down that route yet.
We can if you want.
Anyway, moving on.
Good evening.
So what do you think then, Dan?
Sorry, Shane.
Go on, Jason.
I was just saying good evening, everybody. I hope you are all well. I'm just looking at the comments already, and there's some lovely things coming in the comments already about names for campervans, caravans, and motorhomes. Lovely.
Before we move on, I want to give a big thank you to Dan, who's helped set all this up. Also for everybody who's going to be coming on. And we're going to have a bit of fun, but also it's hopefully you'll stick with me here, Dan, more to help people to make the decision of what actually they do want, mate, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely, Jason. You know, it'd be very easy for us to pick each other apart and just have basically, a bit of a in-joke humour between us. But actually, this does raise a serious question. There's lots of people, certainly now, that are deciding whether they should buy a motorhome or a caravan. And there's genuine pulls for each side. And we thought, between Jason, Shane, and myself, we thought, well, let's create this, this mock fight, so to speak, and raise some serious points. But not just from us, but people who do use motorhomes on their holidays, and people who use caravans on their holidays, and people who use them full time, etc. And we raise serious points about which one might be best, or which one, might not be so suitable. So we've come up with these questions, which I think are very fair questions, to be honest with you. And it's going to be interesting to see what all the team members actually say about each one of these going forward.
I'm ready, Danny. You?
I was born ready, mate. I just was upset I didn't have my walk-on music as I came into the ring. No, Mark, it was Barbie Girl by Aqua, but let's not go anyway,
right.
I'm ready.
So, first question is, if you want to read it out, Mark.
I do. So, which is the best value for money?
Right, Jason. Who is your competitor?
Right. Well, I need to get an early point on the board. So he's in and out of caravans and motorhomes. He sees them every day. He knows what's good for value for money. If there's anything he doesn't know, it'll still be more posts than what Mr. Morley does on YouTube. It's Ask Lee.
No pressure there now, is there?
Lee's lost then.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going.
You may think you've lost, Lee, but I start in the red corner with a big apology. Mr. Morley has told everybody that he hasn't got internet connection. I know for a fact he's in the bar in the hotel right now with his brother, so he's not been able to take part. So unfortunately,
I win by default.
I've had to bring in a suitable replacement, and unfortunately for my side, the replacement is Mark.
Well, hey, come on. No one's going to fight this better than me.
So there you go, boys. Off you go.
Do you want to bring on? So who's your competitor?
My competitor is Mark.
Oh, I'm here.
No.
He's not here.
He dumped you. He dumped you, Andy.
I can't guarantee how good the connection is, but I am here.
Oh, he's up in here, you can tell. Great stuff.
Wow.
Well, there you go. There's my red corner entry.
Right. So
Come on then, best value for money.
So I want to go with Lee first.
Best value for money. Best value for money on a motorhome. Well, I mean, you've got the initial outlay, which, yes, the initial outlay on a motorhome is far more than it is on a caravan. However, the depreciation on a motorhome is a lot better than on a caravan. So when you do come to trade in, change, then you're not going to lose as much money as you would on a caravan. Service costs, I mean, servicing for a habitation service on a motorhome cheaper than a caravan. If you're having the engine service done, it's no different than you would be having your engine serviced on the car. So really, service wise for engine and the habitation works out cheaper than having your car and your caravan serviced. Use wise, and I think this is the biggest for me personally, we both work full time, and if we had just one night spare, we'll use the motorhome, but we won't use the caravan, which means it gets used more.
There we go. That was just in time as well. Very well done there, Lee. Right, now
Very
let's
well,
see what
thank you
Andy...
very much.
Yeah.
Come on, Andy.
What's his connection go now?
Well, yeah, I hear your arguments. I do hear your arguments, but it is a big thing to get over, isn't it? That initial outlay, which, let's be honest, if you're buying a caravan, it's significantly less. You don't have to buy a new car if you need to buy a new car to tow with, and of course there are other caravans in the range that can fit the car that you maybe drive as a daily, with the introduction of lighter vans. Those sorts of things. Yes, slight difference between servicing costs between single axle and twin axle caravans. But in terms of, I don't know for sure, but going away, what differences are you going to make between, in terms of fuel economy, ferry costs if you're going to go abroad? The freedom that a caravan gives you from when you can pitch it up, set it up, and just drive into town to go and get, bits and pieces, shopping, go out to maybe a resort or somewhere like that, or travel a bit further down the coast. It's far less hassle with a caravan than it is with a motorhome.
Ding, ding,
Okay.
seconds out.
And
Yep.
I think 1 second to go.
Okay, folks, so put in the comments who you think's won that round. Obviously, it's going to be the motorhome, so just put in the comments motorhome or caravan.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No. We all know Andy absolutely aced that one. Even though he's had a shandy, he did all right.
I'll give him his dues. He did well. He timed it well.
He did time it well.
We all used to go for 1 minute.
Do you know what? There were some really interesting points that Lee came out with there in that round, which I just want to pick him up on. You say that a service, it's cheaper on a motorhome than it is a caravan, but don't you have to have 2 services on a motorhome, like the habitation check and then the engine side of things?
Yeah, but that's no different than
Yes,
having
okay, that's fine. You said yes, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
The depreciation on a motorhome, I'm guessing, and I think I know this, the depreciation isn't so less on a motorhome than it is on a caravan. Is that correct? So a caravan would depreciate more than a motorhome.
Yes, as a percentage, yes.
Okay, so that's good then for an investment purposes, isn't it? So that when you go to trade in or go for a different motorhome, it means that you've got some equity still left in the vehicle.
Yeah. Whereas caravans, they do drop and they go all the way through the floor, don't they? Really?
Yeah, that's fine. And then my third point is about going on holiday. Am I right in thinking that if you took a caravan on a ferry, it's going to cost more than a coach-built motorhome because it's the length, not the height or the width, that you get stung on?
Quite possibly.
Don't all respond at once, boys. You know, it's fine. I'm pretty sure that if you were to take a caravan on a ferry to France, it would cost more than a motorhome.
Yeah.
I think so. It's about 700 quid is what we tend to pay.
You side you want, Dad?
No, I'm just being fair here. I'm just being fair. You know, I'm being honest because that's my technique. You know, be honest throughout all of this, so people can decide for themselves. I mean, we all know Caravan won that round. Well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to spend 30 grand on a brand new Caravan. I can use my existing car. I don't have to go and spend 90 grand to get exactly the same use.
But the big thing there is, if you've got a motorhome, you don't need a tow car for your daily car. You can then get a car that's virtually tax-free, far better on fuel economy. So over the course of the year, you save all that money.
But I couldn't possibly get that into my last employment's car park. I couldn't get it. I physically wouldn't be able to get it into the car park because it's a multi-story where I used to work.
Yeah, but your little car that you have for your daily run around then costs you virtually nothing to run.
I travel 300 miles a day in my old employment to work and back. I'm not going to do that in a Fiat 500. Have you seen the size of me?
Yeah. My daughter got a Fiat 500 and I can get in that.
What's your thoughts then, Shane? Jason? Even?
I just think we won that round. Simple.
Great input, Jason. Go on, give us a bit more than that.
Yeah, you're sort of sitting on the fence here, Jace.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult one, though, isn't it? Because it's what type of, how much money you're going to spend. Yes, caravans, with a smaller budget, you are going to get a caravan. And then again, with a motorhome, they are going to cost more. Depreciation is going to be less on a motorhome. With a caravan, you are going to have a car. But then again, with a motorhome...
Can I just say one thing about the depreciation argument? Is that you're saying about depreciation of the caravan, but you've also got to consider the depreciation of the car, because they come as one. You can't compare a car and a caravan and a motorhome as two separate entities. Because if your argument is, well, yeah, but you've got to buy a car to tow the caravan, then surely you've got to take into consideration of the tow cars depreciation as well as the caravans.
That's a great point as well. That's a great point.
Cheers for your help there, Andy.
That's a great point. So if you're buying a caravan with a car as well, you've got to figure that out as well. But that's a good point, actually, whether you're having a tow car or a car for towing your caravan.
It's only a point if you're buying a brand new car. But if you're not buying a brand new car, then you'll depreciate less than a brand new car, wouldn't it? If you bought a used car.
You think most people for their first sort of motorhome will spend probably about 15 to 20 grand. The first caravan setup, car and caravan, is probably not going to be far off the same. But in 2 years' time, the depreciation on that car and caravan will be a lot more than it will on that motorhome. That's it, we won. I'm off.
We won then, Shane.
Purely because the initial outlay that you've got to give and the fact that you can use a car as a daily vehicle, I've got to give it caravan.
That's it.
Sorry, Lee, you're going home.
I'm just unfriending you, Shane.
I never was your friend anyway, don't worry.
Two absolutely great arguments there. And Dan?
Do you know what? What's been really lovely is seeing the comments of everybody's, because there's been things here which I have never even considered, and there's some really excellent comments in the chat here. It's been fantastic to watch because everybody's got a valid argument.
There's no right or wrong, is there?
It's what you know. We're going to repeat this on the going on. I think it's what's right for you and what works for your what works for you. You know, I think the Beckwith put a comment up. If you've got 2 cars, then maybe a caravan would be better for you because you could have 1 tow car, 1 commute car.
It all depends about how you holiday as well. You know, we used to have a week to 10 days in one place, whereas now we'll have 3 or 4 days and move on.
Andy, thank you very much. Lee, you let me down.
It's all right. Now we're quits, huh?
See you next week, mate, for Ask Lee.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that.
No worries.
Cheers, guys.
Andy.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Andy. Not bad for round 1. Not bad. Not bad.
Got some making up to do here, haven't I?
Feeling good. Feeling positive.
I bet you. That was a good start, actually.
Yeah, I think it was good. Good debate.
I've got to admit, he put some reasons across. Lee did better than I thought he would do.
What are you trying to say?
I didn't expect him to lose by a small margin. I thought it was going to be caravan clear when I saw the question come up.
Okay.
I'm amazed that you could understand him.
Well, the next question is, and we're going to swap the order around slightly because we're still waiting for one person, and it's going to be Mark. If you want to come and read this out.
I'm back. Yeah, 1-0, boys, 1-0. But now to the next one. It's which is the best unit for exploring?
Thank you, Bilbo.
Thanks, Mark. And for this, we have Jason's.
Are you ready?
Is?
I've got this one. I have got this one. Travelling and setup. If it's exploring, travelling and setup, these 2 are experts. They do it full time. They can set up quicker than a Formula 1 pit stop. It's life beyond bricks.
Are you reading the right question out?
Yeah, travelling and setup.
On the screen.
Oh, I've got it wrong. That's question 3. Oh,
I know, but
boots. Yeah.
I said at the start we're missing somebody. They're not quite on yet, so we're going to swap it round.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just be honest with you here. This is what I have to put up with. So my apologies for the lack of professionalism.
Right. Question 2 then. Are you ready for this one? Just edit that.
Yeah,
Right,
live
so
on
it's
TV.
best unit exploring then, is it? You ready?
Correct.
All
Yeah.
right. If it's exploring, my next guest is a wandering nomad. She's strong, she's independent, and she eats jockey wheels for breakfast. Wandering bird, cat.
Hello.
Well, you're on a loser already, aren't you, really? Oh, dear. Right, and in the red corner for this question 3, which is now question 2 because somebody can't get into the studio, my nomination for the red corner is Oliver Cox, a fantastic young lad who's very intelligent, very bright, and, well, there we go.
Very nice of you to say, Dan, too. Even
yeah,
all.
you can pay me later, all right?
Yeah, how much do you want?
£5, thanks.
Oh, dear.
So what do we think? Dan, who do you think is going to favour on this one? Gut feeling.
I've got a gut feeling, just through charismatic presence on screen, it would be Kat, but because of technical ability, it's going to be Oliver. So who knows? This could go either way.
Jason?
I haven't got a bloody clue. I don't know what question we're on.
Right, okay.
Of course,
So
I'm
we're going to start.
my cat. It's going to be cat. Of course it's going to be cat.
Nah.
You don't lose.
No.
Right, so this time we're going to start with the caravanners first. So Oliver, you have 1 minute.
Ooh.
No pressure, boy.
3,
Starting now?
2, 1. Far away.
So with a caravan, the great thing is you can go anytime, just whenever you want. You've got no ties. You haven't got to pack your kettle away or pack your motorhome away because you've got all your home from home away. You just jump in your car and you go down to the shops. You go where you want to go, and also you've got no height restrictions. Where many Dan said earlier on about multi-story car parks. Many places now you go and park up, and you just want to park somewhere. You don't have to drive around a place for so many different places, and you've not got to worry about parking restrictions when in this time of the world that we've always got parking restrictions. And also, if you want to pick stuff up from the shops, you've got somewhere to put it. You've got your car boots. You've got no payloads issues there. You've got to think, oh, I want to take this back. Oh no, but I haven't got any payload because I've got all my clothes in there. But most importantly, motorhomes have no ISOFIX. So if you want to take your kids around exploring, you cannot put them in the motorhome because there's only the front seats have ISOFIX, or some of them even don't. So how are you going to take your kids around? And also full economy, of course. Your motorhome's your car that you tow your caravan with is going to be cheaper to run than your motorhome.
Finished.
Oh, Oliver, the boy did well. Fantastic. Sorry,
Not that I've rehearsed that at all.
You've rehearsed?
Right.
Really?
Right, are you ready, Cap?
Go for it.
Kat,
Right,
Kat,
okay.
wouldn't you like to do your giveaway first before you started?
We can if you want.
Because then it'll
So
just
tell-
butter everyone up, won't it?
Yeah, just tell us a bit more about it. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I missed the first sort of 5 minutes, so I don't know what you've said already about it. What have you said?
Okay, so I've told everybody what it is. So if you just
Yeah.
want to tell us a bit more about it, because obviously it's your Get It Right guide.
Yeah, one thing that really bugs me is like when people come into a Facebook group and they're like, oh, what do you think of this motorhome? And you get 20 people that sort of slag it off or say it's the worst thing in the world or it's not right because of this. And I think what people miss, and this applies to caravans as well, but obviously I have a motorhome, so that's what I know more, is that what's right for us as a couple with a dog is probably not going to be right for a family with 2 kids, or, there are so many different circumstances and so many different reasons that people get motorhomes or campervans or caravans, that knowing how to work through the steps of what you want, what's right for you, what is going to work best for your budget, I think is really important, but it's something that is really hard to find out. If you've never owned one before, it's really hard to know how to look at what's on the market objectively because you have no clue what you're looking at. So we put together a course, which is basically just a lot of videos of me talking through the steps of how to look at stuff, how to make the best decision. I'll be honest, it's based more towards motorhomes and campervans because, again, that's my knowledge. But I'm sure with caravans, you can apply pretty much the same what to look for. And then also when you go to a dealership, what problems to look for, what are the common areas, especially for second-hand ones, that you should be checking before you start putting in a guide. So we put all that together. That's a course. It launched yesterday, actually, so it's brand new. And we're giving access to it away for somebody. And there's also an ebook, so you can download the ebook if you learn better like that. But
Yeah,
So
it is very difficult when you're first going out and buying something. It's a minefield, isn't it?
yeah, we made so many mistakes with our first van, so many, because we had no clue what we were doing. Shocking, I know. So yeah, it's quite nice to have learned from that. We're on our 3rd one now and kind of built all that up so that hopefully we can help other people avoid the mistakes that we made.
Guys, just a quick one here. I thought we were having a debate this evening, not a QVC shopping session.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We are
Sorry,
doing. So
Kat. Sorry.
after Kat's put a point across, if she can pick the winner, please.
Yeah, are there people in the comments?
Yeah,
If you
no
haven't
rush.
got a-
We'll do it in a bit.
If you haven't put a name down, and even if you don't own a van at the moment, what would your potential name be? Pick a name, what that you would choose. Stick that in the comments while I'm blabbing for the next minute, and then I'll pick somebody at the end.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
are we
Right,
ready for
you've
that?
got 1 minute.
I forgot one of the main points I was going to argue against then.
Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so the question is exploring. And although I agree that if you've got a caravan, it's a heck of a lot easier to park it up at a campsite or even a car park, although how many times have you driven a caravan into a multi-story car park? But it's a lot easier to park it up, detach your car and then go. But we're talking exploring. There are two big problems with caravans, and the main reason that we got a motorhome in the first place is because we wanted to go exploring with our motorbikes, but then have a bed and a shower that we took with us rather than having to find places we travelled. If you're towing a caravan, you can't tow a trailer with motorbikes on the back. It was just a no-starter. The second big problem that you've got with a caravan is that many airs in Europe don't accept caravans. They're just not allowed, full stop. So unless you've got a motorhome or a campervan, you can't use them. And that's our preferred way of traveling and exploring and seeing stuff. We don't go to a campsite and stay there for a week. We like to stay somewhere for a couple of days. And in Europe, especially when you're trying to travel around, the airs are fantastic. They're in the middle. They're not like we've got it in the UK where you're miles away and relying on public transport. They're right in the centre of stuff. They're really easy to get to and really easy to use with motorhomes and campervans. And you'd miss out on that completely if you had a caravan. You just wouldn't be able to make the best of them. There's a couple of things I wanted to reply to that Oliver said. Isofix, he is right, and some motorhomes, they can't accept them, but some motorhomes can, and they've got a lot better with that now. So saying that no motorhomes accept them is not correct anymore. And the other thing is with wild camping, which is something that we love to do, and call it off-grid parking if you prefer. But when you're staying totally off-grid, doing that with a caravan is a lot more difficult than it is with a motorhome, because you are in separate vehicles, separate spaces, whereas in a motorhome you're combined and a little bit less obvious most of the time. There we go, I'm done.
Okay. Jason?
Interesting.
It was like a solicitor in court pushing it down. That's all I have to say.
Your Honour, I put it to you. That was, do you know what? I enjoyed that actually, Kat, because it's really interesting to listen to the other side of the argument, because I would be, as you're probably well aware, I'd be pro-caravan all the time, but it's really interesting to listen to the other side. And I think what you've said there is really valid. But I've also come up with the idea that caravans and motorhomes, the holiday in either is a completely different experience. Because I think that in a caravan, you'd put it somewhere and explore the area, whereas with a motorhome, as you do, you tour. So you just keep going. You just find somewhere suitable. And I would say, even though I'm defending the caravan all the time, I would say the motorhome is far better for touring, exploring, just keep going. And because it's so much more nimble, I mean, I'd never take a caravan on the NC 500, but you could take a caravan or a campervan, a campervan or a motorhome, you could take up there all the way. And your point about the bikes, could you not fit two bikes onto a flatbed, like a truck?
Yeah, I guess you could, but what, tow that behind, have your truck tow in the caravan?
Because Andrew Ditton used to do it, didn't he? He used to have a flatbed, like a Navara, was it? The Nissan Navara. He'd put his bike on that and then tow his Airstream. So he had all three modes.
So, no, on the back of a truck, you wouldn't get our bike. We've got two Tramp Scramblers, so they're both two big 900 bikes.
Okay.
So you wouldn't get them on the back.
How about a caravan with a campervan? Both come the worst.
You could
That's the both world.
That's almost the worst of both worlds, because to answer the question from earlier as well, by the way, it is more expensive on a ferry or the tunnel the longer you are. Something, especially like if you go both the Euro tunnel and the ferry, and also if you go somewhere like Norway where they've got those little ferries between the islands. We took our motorhome up there with the trailer on the back, and we were paying by length the whole time. So the longer your whole train is, the more you're paying for stuff.
Just my final word on this round about ISOFIX. Wouldn't it be a great idea to not only have ISOFIX on some of the seats, but also have an ISOFIX point on the floor that you could actually tie your dog down to?
Yes.
That a dog wouldn't be walking around the motorhome. Wouldn't it be great to have him clamped down to the floor somewhere?
Yeah.
Maybe a designer's out there listening to this somewhere. But that, I think, would be a great move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people with bigger dogs really struggle with that.
Yeah.
Because if there isn't seatbelts in the back for the dogs, I mean, I always make sure I strap my dogs in. You are pretty knackered, really, apart from putting them in a crate that's wedged between your two seats or something like that. But
Well, you've got in
That's
Europe,
100% safe.
you have to have them secured. I'm pretty sure in the UK, actually. You've got to legally have them secured down.
Yeah. There's something I will say about the ISOFIX, though, is that you do get them in motorhomes.
Well, we haven't motorhome for 10 years, so things have changed since then. So I'm just
Yeah.
basing it off since last time we
Keep
tried
backtracking. Go on, keep backtracking.
It's quite clear that motorhome designers, they don't have kids, they don't have dogs, they're quite selfish, and they design it for themselves, don't they? So that's it.
Right
On
then.
that
So,
note, Dan, who's won, Shane? Well,
I think it's a bit of a difficult question, really, is because I think it was a bit like Dan said a few minutes ago. They suit different sorts of exploring. In the motorhome, you can go further and just stop off at different places every night, but with a caravan, you can literally pull up and then drive off and explore. So I can't call it. So I think I'm gonna have to call it a draw.
Ooh, different.
I'm gonna have to give it a draw.
Cat, don't do your giveaway.
I'm just trying to
It's a draw. It's 1-0 Caravan still.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we've not done well. have we?
What?
The way we
We've not
like
done
it.
well. I'm just trying to find people's names. Gixxer 750 pilot. I'm not bad. But I can't even speak anymore. I'm gone. He's called his Swift Taylor, which I just find amusing. So there you go. He can win. I'm assuming it's a he. Could be a she. Sorry, that's probably really sexist from him.
What did they call it, Kat? Sorry, I'll just try and find
It's
it.
called his Swift Taylor. So yeah.
I liked Birthner the Bursner.
I like that
Okay.
as well.
Maybe you guys should pick then. It feels me picking.
Okay, so for the winner, if you can just drop us an email to this email address, if you can write that down, please, and I shall forward your email to Kat, who will give you the prize.
Cat, it's been an absolute honour as always. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
See you later, Oliver.
See you later. Bye.
Thank you, Oliver. Thanks, Kat.
Cheers, Oliver.
Bye.
Impressing me, the answers are, Dan.
Oh, it's great, actually. This is really opening my eyes, actually. And that's what I was hoping that this would do. And it has been quite thought-provoking already, actually.
Comments are really constructive, mate. Really constructive.
They are.
Are we
actually.
on for,
Yeah.
Are we on for the next
Yeah.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Let's get Mark. Let's get Mark back on.
Tough
And now-
job tonight, Shane.
What's the
Take us all
score?
keep it up with this. It's 1-0 Caravan.
It's 2-0 Caravans.
Right.
I've got to agree with Shane. It was a difficult one to call that.
It
An
was.
all-pro
Right,
Caravan.
Jason, I want you to concentrate very carefully with this. Mark's going to read out the question. Make sure you get the question right.
Which question
We're on
is it?
question 3.
Pay attention.
3. Which is the easiest to travel and set up? Question 3, Jason.
Was that question 2?
No, 3.
No.
Previously
was
known as question 2.
Right, okay. I can't say it all again, can I?
You've got to.
Are you ready? I've got this one. I think we might draw level. If it's travelling set up, these two are experts. They do it full time and they can set up quicker than a Formula 1 pit stop. Life beyond bricks.
Hey! It sounded better the second time round, actually.
I had a practice, that's why. Right.
Alright, how is everyone?
How do you?
Yeah, good.
Thinking I might have lost this. Is mine in their ready and waiting, Shane?
I think so. Are you going to reintroduce them?
I will introduce them. So I see your life beyond bricks, and I raise you a nutter, a caravan nut, so to speak. A great guy. He does a lot of great content on his channel, most of it he copies from me, but let's not go down that route. He is a great guy, great channel, lovely chap to speak to, and he will bat up our end, so to speak, and show you that it's a caravan all the way. Caravan nut.
Good evening. I'm just reading that question because I'm not sure that was the one that was sent to me. But let me read that quick. Pull that question back. No, it was that one. We've got this down.
Don't do that to me.
I just picked my phone up there. I was like, I'm sure I did. Hold on a minute.
No, I think we've not got this one.
Yeah, we got this one, Martin.
Yeah, we got this one.
Don't let me down, otherwise I'll never call you again. oh, wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, okay.
No pressure.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to start with the motorhomers again this time round. Ooh. So are you about ready? So in 3, 2, 1, fire away.
Woo! So in terms of travel and setup, obviously to start with, you've got the actual ease of getting there because we don't have as many speed restrictions. Not that we speed, but obviously we can have a nice smooth journey there. If we fancy, we can stop off at the services on the way. We don't have to worry about going in. We can use our own facilities, which makes it a bit quicker, a bit smoother. Obviously, when we park up, we don't have to go and fill up aqua rolls. We don't have to faff about with legs. Obviously, some motorhomers will have chocks, but obviously for us with the air suspension, we literally push a button and we're set up and we're good to go. Obviously, we can do kind of one night stops, because it's a lot easier for us to be able to go somewhere for one night, do a Brit stop, do a campsite, whatever. So in terms of the actual travel, it's easy, really. We can do as much travel as we want in a shorter space of time. And John come up with a good one all by himself, actually, which was extreme weather conditions. Obviously, in super high winds, we're not as affected. And in terms of setting up when you get there, when it's absolutely teeing down with rain, again, doesn't really affect us. We can just literally park up, chill up the kettle on and watch all the caravanners faffing around with their awnings and their aqua rolls and their legs.
You went slightly over, but yes, well done. Well done.
I like to talk. I don't know if anyone's ever told you. Apparently I talk too much.
Tash, do you want to do the caravan argument as well?
No.
Yeah.
No, but nobody's mentioned that you talk. Nobody's mentioned that you talk too much. To be fair, I mean, nobody's able to get in to say it. Nobody's been able to get in to say it. Right. Are we ready for the caravan argument?
Well,
or debate?
We'll try.
Don't let me down, boy. Come on, we can do this.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
Well, I'm going to put, it says the easiest, I'm going to just kind of put comfort in that as well, because you talked about travelling in your motorhome now. My good friends who were motorhome chit-chat, but now are caravan chit-chat because they've gone back to a motorhome because it is better. They've gone back to a caravan. Now, when we're talking about that is when you're driving down the road, I like to be comfortable in my car. Now, one of the reasons that I spoke to Aaron about his motorhome is all the rattles and all the pots and pans and everything shaking about. Now, when I'm in my car, I like it to be nice and quiet, and that's what it is in my car when I'm driving down the road. So in my caravan, nice and stable and nice and quiet. So it's comfortable. And you picked a point up there about we can't use our facilities when we stop at the services. Well, we can. We can use the facilities. If you put a little bit of water in your tank, you can use a toilet, which is I tend to do. I don't like to go into the services. So, that argument's gone. You said about on when you're setting up at site. Yes, we love setting up our own as it's part of the fun. It's part of the fun.
Oh, come on.
Not finished. But when we're set up and I'm on my fully serviced pitch, which I always go on, I don't have to move my caravan to empty my tanks or think about waste or think about topping water up or anything like that. I'm on my fully serviced pitch. It's there, it's set up. I can leave it there. dead easy to set up, 20 minutes, and then I just don't have to worry about it for the full week or 2 weeks that I'm there. It's set up, nothing, no messing about. Oh, I've got to empty my tanks. I'm going to have to move my caravan, my motorhome now to empty my tanks. What's that all about? Dead easy. So for me, motorhome, caravan. How is it?
Right answer.
And I'm disappointed we've not got motorhome or even caravan chit chat on now, because they will obviously back us up on all that lot.
No, they won't.
They will.
They'll back us up.
No, he won't.
Dan, what do you think?
Well, okay. Well, do you know what? I think it was a valid effort from Martin there. He knew it. He nearly got away with it as well. And I think I'd like to say that we won it, but I always look at a motorhome when I'm filling up my water tanks, and I always look at them. They just turn up, they reverse in, and then they're sat there drinking their cups of tea. And I'm always slightly envious of that. Certainly, as I'm arguing with the wife about getting the bloody awning into the awning rail and fighting with it, whilst they just sat there laughing at us in their motorhome. So I tend to think that actually, for initially arriving and setting up, it's a motorhome. But I think for a continuous stay, it's got to be a caravan. I just wouldn't like to be a passenger in Martin's car because he likes dead silence.
Always. No radio, nothing.
Angela, sure.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the reason why he's got so much silence is because he's stuck in front of all the queue, isn't he? Really, no one can get past him.
Well,
with his driving gloves on and his sweets.
No, I'm always, the thing that always gets me is when I'm driving down these A roads and there's loads of cars behind me. There's always a car in front of me or a motorhome.
It is nice though, travelling without the constant sound of a rattling grill pan or plates that impendingly falling out of cupboards, and having 500 tea towels to stop that small rattle from somewhere.
It's the tea towels. I was going to say tea towels and microfiber cloths. That's the trick.
So, a serious question: how many microfiber cloths and tea towels have you actually got?
I think we've got it down to about 3 now. Yeah, down to about 3 now. It's mostly the oven that rattles and the hob.
Got much in your motorhome then?
No, streamlined. Got to think of the payload, didn't you?
Tash, don't buy too. They're scratchy, Leah. They're scratchy.
That's all right. I'm cool because I know we're winning. It's fine.
I'll let you in a little secret. I think I must about 50, maybe 55 microfiber cloths in our caravan at the moment. Just yeah, I know, it's crazy. Life on the edge.
So as the caravan not said, it's got to be motorhomes, hasn't it?
He said it himself. I heard it. You heard it.
What Dan said there, I am slightly envious, and I have said this in the past that when we go pick our caravan up from the storage and we're still there, and it pros and cons to everything, and we're still there hooking up and messing about, and they've drove off. And same as when you get on site, like you say, we're still messing about with an awning and they're sat there having a brew. But then I don't have to move for 2 weeks, though.
Genuinely, Martin, how long does it take you from point of arriving on a pitch to being sat down and set up? How long does it actually take you?
If we've got the full awning, if we use the full awning and we're there for 2 weeks, it can probably take about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I would say that's about right for an awning.
Yeah.
If we go away for if we go away for a cheeky weekend and we don't put the awning up, it's about 25 minutes. We did it in 18 the other week, just because I was curious to know how long it was actually taking us. But our very first time away in the van, it took 4 hours.
Yeah.
How long did it take you, John?
Not long. Well, it's set up before we even leave, so you just park up, turn seats around, it's done.
Well,
I think we're done.
I can't really say there's really much of a decision to make. I mean, it all went wrong when Martin started talking about how he enjoyed putting his awning up. I mean,
when I got this question, Shane, and you sent to me, I was like, why has he sent me this? Because I know I can't win. What are you doing?
Oh, it's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Full credit for trying to say that you enjoy putting the awning up. I mean, that did me. I mean, I almost give you the win.
Can I just qualify this? as a spectator sport, I also enjoy watching Martin put his awning up.
Funny.
So very valiant effort, I must say. But because you even said it yourself, I've got to give this one to Motorhome, because by the time that the Motorhome's got there, he's already had 2 hours on site, because that's how much later the caravans get there. And then they've got another 4 hours putting the awning up.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. And it's windy at the moment as well. We've had a few people on site where we are putting them up in the wind, and it's, bless them.
6 hours
windy when we go.
Yeah. Good effort, though. We all enjoy the same hobby, so just that we're slightly better.
Don't gloat too much. Don't gloat too much.
I'm trying to be nice.
It'd be nice, Dash.
Oh,
okay, then.
This argument's going to roll over onto Twitter later on. Just wait and see, guys.
It's been nice speaking to you guys again.
Yeah, thank you. Where are you now?
We're in Doncaster at the moment, and we're about to head off and make our way up to Scotland over the next couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, you two. Thank you very much, Mr. Nutt.
Thank you. I knew I wasn't going to win, but I tried.
Cheers, Martin. Valiant effort. 3 out of 10.
I still love that. I'm sorry, I will kick you out at this stage, but I thought that was brilliant. To say that he enjoys putting the awning up, that'll stay with me for the rest of my life. That will.
He was doing ever so well, though. Then he just killed it at the end when he said Motorhome.
I know.
I was convinced about the awning.
Brilliant. Okay, so we've got the next one coming up. I remember to bring Mark up for this one. Hello, Mark.
Hello again. I can't believe we're on question 4 already.
I know.
Watching, and there's some fantastic points for both sides, to be fair. So I think if anyone's actually watching and can't decide, hopefully this will help.
What's the scores, Bilbo?
I think Caravans are winning.
Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah.
Shade, what's the scores?
1-1.
1-1, Mark.
Couldn't bring myself to say it, sorry.
I think
2 questions
so far, though, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. To be fair, it has. Caravan all the way, but I've got to admit, fair points.
Sorry, Mark. What was you saying?
Sorry, just go to the next thing. I couldn't. Yeah, it's gone. Question 4, isn't it?
Yeah, come on, let's go on with it. Come on, we're on a winning streak.
Question 4. Which unit is the most versatile? This will be interesting.
So that is question 4. That is question 4.
Definitely question 4, Jason. Get your paper in order.
Go on then. Go on, you go first. Go on, bring out your big guns.
Okay, I'm going for experience here. The Don, the godfather of motorhoming, the Sean Connery of the motorhome channels. He's not shaken, but now it's time to stir him. Bob Earnshaw.
Oh my God, what an introduction.
I don't know where I got the Sean Connery from.
Sorry, I'm going to have to switch TV off there, but that's it. Right, I can see you now. Yeah, Sean Connery, yeah.
I'm not sure how you should take these comments, Bob, to be honest.
No, I'm not.
It's
I'm your token old guy here, so.
It's the token old guy.
I've just pulled you up there, Bob.
Yeah, I know. Never mind. What was the question about versatility, wasn't it? Yeah.
Hang on, we've got to bring the other one up first, Bob.
Yeah, in the red corner. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm
ready.
Well, hang on a minute, Bob. Hang on. Slow down. Hold him back, will you? Hold him back.
I've got him.
So in the red corner, a great guy, great channel, great response to these questions, and a guy I love speaking to on the phone many times. It is, of course, Rolling with the Robsons.
Hello, how are you doing?
There we go. See, he's even brought lighting with him as well. You see, unlike Bob.
Exactly.
So there it is, 1-0 due to lighting.
I've got some lighting. It just doesn't work.
To be fair, Bob had a couple more subscribers, and that's just a couple, haven't you, Bob?
just 1, 2, yeah.
Just one or two, exactly 1,000, yeah. We've got to be clear here, though. When we do versatility, it's got to be a motorhome, not a camper van, because you could try and get in a cheeky small camper van. You can't compare some of the bad lads on the site today with like twin axles at the back.
This is why I've got him on my side.
Come on, I've got to be clear on this, teacher.
See, we're 8 meters. We are, so
Yeah, that's a good going.
That big.
Right, are we ready? I'm going to go with Mr. Earnshaw first.
Okay, versatility then.
Right, so far away.
Okay, so versatility. Well, a motorhome is all about versatility. What can you do with a motorhome? You can tow trailers, as I think Kat said. You can tow motorbikes in those trailers. You could tow cars behind you. We do that. You could tow boats, horse boxes. I even saw last week a Reliant Robin being towed behind a motorhome. You've got everything with you. So we were always forgetting things. You can use it as a day vehicle. We've got it on the drive. We can jump into it. We can go out for the day. It's easy to move from site to site when you're on long tours, as we've already said. If you go places, perhaps like the National Trust or something like that, you've got a base to come back to, so you can have some lunch, you're having a cup of tea, you can have a lie down if you're like me. You've got different ways of emptying the water. I think a few people have mentioned it. We take an aqua roll, we take a waste master. We can use service points, airs in Europe, and Ireland apparently as well now. You've got the ease of stopping on a journey for a drink and a sleep. You've got less worries if it's wet or windy. Our friends are always worried if it's going to get a bit windy with their caravan. You're less affected by passing trucks. You can be like a caravan on a long stay. We often stay for a few weeks. We use an aqua roll. We've got a car that we tow behind us. Plenty of people do full timing. So that's versatility.
Cool.
Was that 1 minute?
I reckon, Jason.
A motorhome can be a caravan, but a caravan can't be a motorhome. What more can you say?
I disagree. A motorhome can be a caravan. Yeah, but yeah, that's what you said, isn't it? Yeah. I'll go now.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
What have you got then?
Right, let's go. Well, obviously on versatility, we're a young family. You don't want to have to, every time you want to go out, get the chocks out or the leveling ramps you've had to use and probably get stuck on the grass anyway. If you're on a grass pitch, it'll just turn up. You can obviously have to put all that stuff away. No packing away. You just get in the car and you go to wherever you want to go. You get the ability to visit places without tighter parking. Yes, some places are getting better on the idea of motorhomes, but a lot of them still have tight parking. If you've got a seaside resort, you're probably struggling unless you're going to try and reverse an 8-meter motorhome out. Obviously, if you want to pop to the shops, like my children, they want some in the shops. If they've got something, really easy to pop into the court by any small shops with a small car rather than an 8-meter van. Obviously, if you're passing someone, I think, well, I fancy going in there. You don't have to think, well, will my actual motorhome fit in that space? You know that your car is going to fit in the space because car parks are meant for cars, so they're going to fit in there. Obviously, when you get somewhere, you plan about the kind of directions. Can we go down that road? Is it too high? Can we go to there? Can we go into the multi-story car park? Because you can with a car, you definitely can't with a motorhome. You've got to think in the current situation, you don't want to have to necessarily walk or take your bikes with you or have to use public transport and COVID, especially when you've got to wear masks and things. The current situation, Caravans are clearly the winner. And other things, if you've got a 4x4, you've got great access. You can go and tear up roads that you wouldn't dare go on with your £90,000 motorhome or even bigger. So I think really the versatility of the car in this situation totally whips the motorhome hands down.
Drop the mic, walks off the stage. Well done.
Yes.
Dan, thoughts?
Well, Jim, I mean, I'm going to be completely biased here. I always think the Caravan is far more versatile because you put it in its destination, exactly what it's designed to do. You leave it in the site, and then you go off and do whatever you want in your car. And I've always come to the thought of, many times that we've done it, is that you've arrived on site and you thought, oh, bugger, I need to go and get some milk, or I need to pop down and get some coffee. Well, you just drive off and go and get it in the
10
car.
minutes.
Whereas
10 minutes.
you couldn't do that in... Well,
Yes,
10
you
minutes,
could.
yes, but that's provided
10 minutes.
you could...
I can be packed away 10 minutes and I can go down the shops. The point is we can drive into a supermarket, we can fill up the fridge and the cupboards, and we can drive out and we won't have forgotten anything.
But in those 10 minutes,
Wow,
I've
come
been
on.
out and come back.
Yeah. And driven round, just having a drive round, done some donuts in the car park. Can't do that in the motorhome.
I hate to say
No
it,
donuts in the
some
motorhome.
parks,
Handbrake
if you wanted to
turns.
go to, let's put the specifics here. If you were staying at Chapel Lane in Birmingham and you wanted to go to the local Sainsbury's or the local Aldi, I hate to say it, you would not be able to take a motorhome in there because there's a height barrier and there's also a restriction on the size of the unit you can get into the car park. So
yeah, well, I would probably have stopped on the test.
Stop. We've already got the milk and we've gone back to the van. That's it.
Yeah, I'd probably stopped at Tesco at Formby before I got to Chapel Lane in Birmingham, though.
Yeah, I think you'd be a little bit more
planning.
You'd be a little bit more organised, Bob, wouldn't you? You'd be a bit more.
Sorry? You just have to be a bit more planned. Yeah, yeah, and I think you've got a point. Yeah, you do have height barrier problems, but if you plan things, we've got a big fridge, we've got big cupboards. We take most things with us, and we have a list. We go through a list, and we make sure that we've got everything with us. So
there's always that one thing you forget. There's always that one thing you didn't think about, and then you think, I've got to get the chocks out, I've got to get the ramps out to get off.
No, because we've got it all in the van already. We've got the chocks in the van. We don't forget the chocks because they're in the van. It's a case of knowing what you need to put into the van. And normally what we need to put in the van is food, is clothes and food and beer. And, that's probably it.
And grass pitches. Caravans are normally better on grass pitches than motorhomes when it gets wet.
But we do have grip mats, so we have been on pitches, the last summer, and generally they're pretty hard. The ground is pretty good. So I've not really been on a pitch that I couldn't get out of recently.
What's your payload on your motorhome, Bob?
And my payload on motorhome is it's not the standard payload because we actually upgraded it, but it's about 636 kilograms.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, originally I think it was about 300, which I know which is what you're saying, isn't it? It's
it's not. It's basically what my argument is. If you're prepared for every eventuality, you're going to have that motorhome filled up to the gunnels for every eventuality. Like be prepared, etc. You're going to have all your food. You're going to have everything with you by the time you leave home. And obviously with that payload, you can afford to do that.
But the only thing with a payload of a motorhome, it has to include the people who are in it going there. So if you've got a family of 5 of mine, that's a fair chunk of payload, especially if you're younger. Obviously, you can do your C1, I appreciate that, but it does cut in 5 human beings, do weigh quite a bit.
But we're not taking the kitchen sink with us, are we? Let's be honest.
We've already got the kitchen sink.
You've got a kitchen sink, haven't you? So Caravans.
Drop them like.
2 or 3 sinks we could use,
Yeah.
Come on, you've got a big decision there.
It was again. It was another one that was closer than I thought. The only thing that I think edges it is you can just leave your unit, go to the shops, go out to the cinemas. If you got the kids, you can take them out on a rainy day, and it's not a hassle.
Rainy days are perfect for motorhomes. I see so many people sitting in the caravan on a rainy day thinking, what do we do now? A motorhome, you can go out on a rainy day. You get wet through being out there. And then you come back, you can change your clothes, you can have a shower, you can have a lie down, you can get warm.
I think that's
you can't do that
Bob.
in a caravan.
I think what you said
He's already on the caravan.
No, I think what Bob said is absolutely perfect for a couple. For a family, forget it.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got a family like that, so I can't honestly comment on that. But.
So caravan then?
I think it's caravan, but then I'm biased.
Yeah,
but I think what Bob has said there, because I think I'll be honest, what Bob has said there about being able to just do it in the motorhome would suit a couple. Because I was just thinking about Angela and me. It's a rainy day. What should we do? Well, let's go and park the motorhome on a cliff, in a car park on the cliff somewhere, and watch the waves rock over the rocks and have a cup of tea whilst we're there doing it, or go out for a day out. And I absolutely get that. My fear would be not getting the vehicle in the car park, or the height restriction in the local Tesco's, or what have you. And I think Bob has absolutely summed it up as perfect, but just not for a family.
Yep. Can't argue with that, to be honest. I can't argue with that. I think you just got that limitation, I think, with a motorhome. So I'm going to award it to a caravan. 2-1 caravan.
Bob will fight another day, eh?
Very
Bob,
good, Bob.
I think
you.
Bob, I think you should do a response video to this and list out.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I might do that as well. In fact, why don't Paul? Why don't you do it as well?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Well, there you go.
Sounds good.
There's a silence.
Right.
Yes, what a good idea, Dan. Yeah, I've only got 5 videos to do now.
Sorry. Come on. Thanks very much, both of you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Cheers, then.
Bye-bye. I tell you what, Dan, there's some great arguments here.
There's some great comments. There's some fantastic comments. As people say, people are giving really valid reasons for both sides. You can see the pro motorhomers, the pro caravanners, and lots of people are saying this is a draw. And it's great. The response is absolutely awesome.
I think the thing that amazes me is obviously we sat down and we were planning the show and stuff like that, and we were coming up with different scenarios and we were arguing it between ourselves at the time, weren't we? But I didn't expect so many new points to come across.
I'm going to talk to you about this after we have the final question, because I think there's a whole new audience of people there with more arguments, and maybe we do a round 2 of this if you lose. Which is
I'm gonna literally have to watch your show back just for the comments.
What's the score? We're drawing, aren't we now?
No, it's 2-1 Caravans.
How many questions have we got?
2-1 Caravans, and no pressure, Jason. But you've got 1 question left to sort it.
We've done them already.
Yeah,
got 1 more left.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
Okay,
this is
right.
Again.
Give us a question.
2-1. Question 5. Serious. Which is the best for full-time touring? This will be interesting, yeah.
Can I bring up my big guns first this time?
Go on then.
All right. Is a man who needs no introduction is John.
Thanks, Dan. Needs no introduction. It's John Feeny. Caravan Shorts. That would have been better.
No, sorry,
really
mate.
Enjoyed the Tonight Show, guys. Really enjoyed it.
Listen, you could have had a lovely introduction if you were to wear a sensible shirt, but no, you've been to Laura Ashley again, haven't you?
Regular watchers of this show will know I like to now wear a nice shirt to entertain everybody.
Nice shirt. So why are you wearing that?
Look at it. It's amazing.
Honestly, it looks like a cushion that you've just unstitched and put on.
Thanks, Dan.
Who have you got on tonight then, John, answering your question?
Very funny.
And for people who don't know, is that John outsources all his work to other people.
Hey, it's delegation, Dan. Delegation sometimes. Anyway, if you like the shirt, drop a comment in the comments section so I can prove to these other people how dressing up for the show actually works, and it's better.
And if people haven't seen us before, we do a weekly show on a Sunday night called the Motorhome and Caravan Show, where John does John's Jaunts, me and Shane review motorhomes, Mark does campervans. Dan, what do you do?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. And then we have Ashley.
What does John do?
I delegate.
I don't do anything because you won't pay my appearance fee of two pickled eggs and a pork scratchings. Anyway, come on, let's get on with this round.
Right, let's go. Okay. No competition here, John.
No, I was going to say, I mean, this is so easy. This is, I don't know who you could even possibly try and get on that's going to be better for us.
You know, touring Europe full time, they'll have all the answers. To give them a run for the money, John, they've even given you all the answers just to even it up. Next stop everywhere.
Hi. Hello. Good to see you guys again.
Yeah. Nice to be here again. Thank you.
We've lost, haven't we?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I mean, I think we're going to make a good argument, but
Yep.
you know, all I will
So
say.
what's happening? What's happening then?
No more reviews. No more reviews, John.
Are you two going to answer your question first, then are you going to answer John's question afterwards? Yeah.
Depends on how much time you give us.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm going to start with Caravan first.
Oh.
Don't let me down, John.
Here we go.
John,
right,
are you ready?
I'm going to do my best. I am ready. Right, a caravan is best for full-time touring because you have much more space in a caravan than a motorhome. If you decide to stay in an area for some time, then you can use a large awning and you can double the space that you've got to explore the local area. You can use your car, so you don't have to pack everything away. You can just get in your car and go off and explore the area, which is what you're doing. You're touring. And let's be fair, there are so many full-time caravanners already out there. Andrew Ditton, our traveling family, who are a family of 5 touring and working in Europe as we speak. Traveling K, to name just 3. And they are successfully touring full-time in a caravan. Right, in fact, let's get this right, people. People have been using caravans for this very purpose for over 140 years. Originally with horse-drawn carriages. Not a motorhome. They weren't even thought about. So we've been doing it far, far longer than any motorhome. And did you know that the world's first leisure trailer was built in Bristol in 1880? Where were the motorhomes back then? They didn't even have petrol engines back then. So our caravanning and touring heritage is so strong. But my last and final point, we must remember all the fantastic wardens that are out there for a lot of the year living full-time. Okay, maybe not touring, but they are living full-time in their caravans. And without them, we wouldn't be able to have the holidays and the adventures that we like.
John,
Come
I'm
on,
giving you dues there, mate. You read Dan's script perfectly.
I did.
I just want to know, who did all your research for you, John?
Oliver?
I've made a few phone calls.
Are you just reading that off of Wikipedia there?
No, I've got my notes accordingly. I made sure that I was prepared for this because this is. I've got to be honest. I've got some tough competition. This is a hard round to go into.
Do you know what I absolutely love about your little go then is the comments coming through, and it was just one to the other of people absolutely ripping you and your shirt.
Oh, good.
And you're just across the bottom constantly. For example.
Wow.
Well, there we go.
Right. Come on, bring it on.
Them's fighting words. Them's fighting words.
They are fighting words.
Far away.
Okay, well, as many of you know, we do live full time in our tiny little motorhome, and for us, there's kind of 3 main reasons why full timing in a motorhome is inherently better.
Yep. Number 1, practicality. So you pay loads bigger. You carry your fresh water and your wastewater with you. You don't have to worry about those, horrible.
Aqua roll. What's an aqua roll?
No. You normally have a garage, so you can store things a lot easier. The length of the vehicle, you're not going to pay more on ferries with the tow vehicle and the caravan.
And for us, 6 meters, as Bob said, you can just pop down a supermarket.
Fits in a car parking space. And everything you ever need is on board. I mean, we've been touring in this since March, and we've got everything we need. We've not had to buy anything other than food.
Point 2, you can basically live anywhere. You can off-grid, you can go anywhere, you can park anywhere within reason. As Kat said, in Europe, if you want to go and live somewhere, you can do, because they allow motorhomes pretty much everywhere. You usually have solar panels on the roof and bigger batteries, and you can upgrade your batteries inside. So basically, you don't need to plug in. Everything's fine. And then the third thing is probably the ease of use. So you can travel further and faster in a much easier way. And actually, for us as well, it's about licenses. So we have a 3.5-ton motorhome, and we didn't need to change our license to tow anything or to do anything like that. So it's about practicality. It's about being able to live wherever you want, and actually, it's the ease of use.
And another point. So
and a fourth point.
Yeah, where we are now, we're in the Alps in Austria. We drove over a snowy pass yesterday.
Yeah, can't do that in a caravan.
No.
This is a long minute.
They've all been a long minute. After Lee
Was that
dragged on at
more than a
the
minute?
start, I'll give him.
Some good valid points. But I know, yeah, it's a difficult one, really, isn't it?
For you, yeah.
Dan, help me out.
No, John, you've killed us. You've done it for us. You've done it for us.
I think the biggest thing there is practicality for going all around Europe. I think that's the biggest point.
Yeah, but you can still do that in a caravan. Don't get us wrong. Yeah, you can do it in a motorhome, and a motorhome probably would be easier. But you can still do it. There are people all over the globe that are doing it in the same sort of way as you guys in a caravan. So there is that option. Yeah, but there's a list. There's lists of people out there.
Okay, look, I'll be quite open here, and I'll be quite diplomatic as possible. I think you can do it in a caravan. I think you can. As John has said, there are examples of those people that do it. If I was to do it, I certainly wouldn't use a caravan. I would use a motorhome, because I can just pull over in a lay-by in Scotland and have a kip. I can just pull over in an air in Europe and have a kip. I can just pull over wherever in a motorhome. It's a darn sight more easier to do van lifing in motorhomes. That's why you see them all over Instagram doing their yoga in a motorhome, not in a caravan.
Just like this, yoga, yeah.
Can I just say one thing? So one of the examples you gave, one of the people you gave is Mr. Ditton. Does he not live in a house?
Somewhere windswept on the outer Hebrides.
Yeah, but before the house, he spent many a year touring in his caravan.
Okay,
there you go.
All right.
Many years. You need to watch his back catalogue.
And see, it's for reasons like that, John, that you've absolutely lost this round for us.
It was always going to be a David and Goliath battle going into this round, because I've got to be fair. The motorhome is a lot more practical if you are touring full time. It is. There's no two ways about it. But from our argument side of things, that you can still do it in a caravan. You can park up and you can still explore the area that you're in with your car.
Yeah.
You've got a difficult decision there, Shade.
I don't think it's difficult at all, to be honest.
I mean, sometimes, you know, it's all down to the competitors, to what sort of chance you've got. So I'd like to award it to the winner as a motorhome.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that is absolutely right, because if I was to go van lifing, joking aside, I would not do that in a caravan. You know, the things are just not designed to be lived in 24/7. You know, I've got a friend of mine who's living in a caravan right now, and it's not boding well for him. You know, as luxurious as it is, it's a caravan, and he's about to go into a very cold season, and to live in it, it's just not great. It's just not designed for it. Motorhomes are a little bit more, I think, a little bit more resilient, because they have to sustain a lot of road knocking around. I think they're just a little bit more resilient.
Yeah, we couldn't have done what we've done, living full time essentially now for a year in a caravan, and done the amount of traveling we've done and gone to the places we've gone in a caravan. I don't think we could have.
We won that then, didn't we?
You know what that means, don't you?
Yeah.
We've won.
No, caravans have won.
Surely motorhomes have
caravans.
No, it's
Probably
caravans.
motorhomes.
No, sorry.
Let's bring
With all due respect,
on
you're
the
wrong.
let's bring on the scorekeeper.
Come on, Mark.
I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a draw.
A draw. How could it be a draw?
A draw.
Oh.
What you're
You
saying?
never thought it, would you?
A draw.
John, you let us down.
You let us down, John. I'll be honest with you, though, guys. Never in my wildest dreams or the planning of these questions 6 weeks ago did we think that this would be a draw. Right, Jason?
No, we didn't. We thought Motorhome did win.
Yeah.
We did actually.
Well, there was one thing for certain, though, Dan, wasn't there? John had let you down.
Yeah, John, because when he had to do it himself, he was a letdown. In future, outsource it, mate.
I think the point is that everybody's situation is different, isn't it? And one thing isn't going to suit everybody.
No.
It's literally down to your circumstances. What is going to work for you might not work for somebody else, and you've seen that in the comments. The comments have been absolutely superb, and some people, I'm pro caravan. I do like caravans, but you've got to take some of the points on board that come across from the motorhomers, unless you are out there doing the motorhoming. It's
There are some excellent comments. There are some absolutely amazing comments. I just want to pick up on a couple. Somebody's just said, "Are caravans cooler?" No, they're not colder or cooler. It's just that when you're living in it full time, it's just not designed to be lived in 24/7 all the time. Whereas a motorhome can withstand a little bit more knocking around, a little bit more crashes and bangs and what have you. It just, it's just being used and abused every day, knocking cabinets and holes in floors for when it's been used 24/7.
I think if it was me, like you said, it completely depends on your circumstance. For me, Vic and the dog, motorhome is absolutely spot on. If I had 2 kids, I'd be in a caravan. You just got that versatility to go elsewhere.
I think Bob's nailed it there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
plenty of choice for everyone. Whatever suits your circumstance, we shouldn't criticise other people's choices. It's what suits you, and that's basically what we tried to do tonight, Dan, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the truth is, if it was just Angela and myself, we would have had a motorhome all day long. If I was to go and tour Scotland, we'd have a motorhome. I don't want to do it in a caravan because putting a caravan in Scotland and then going off to explore areas, it just doesn't give us the freedom to go and explore somewhere like that. But if I was to go to the beach, it'd be a caravan all day long because I can literally set up our own little camp area. We can go to the beach on a day. We can come back, do a barbecue. It's a little bit more free, and I'd explore the area more with the caravan, which is what we do already. But if it was just my wife and myself, we'd be in a motorhome and we'd be across Europe.
Next up, whereabouts are you?
We are in a car park halfway up an Austrian Alp.
You could get in. It was all right to get into the car park.
Yeah, just about. There was quite a bit of snow earlier, but we've kind of found our way in, and yeah, we're off grid in the middle of nowhere, quite a long way up a mountain, aren't we?
Yeah, on our own in a car park.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you two. Thanks a lot again. Great friends to the show as well. Thanks very much.
Oh, thanks for having us. It's been great.
Really.
We love coming on.
Cheers.
Ta-ra. Didn't expect that tonight, Dan. Answers were fantastic.
Now, I'll be honest with you. The thing I didn't expect from tonight is just the absolute overwhelming feedback that we've had in the comments section. It's just been an absolute delight to watch. People have made so many great arguments.
I literally can't keep it. No, I can't keep up with the comments coming through. There's just that many, which is great.
I've been moderating behind the scenes, and we had one little silly person that we soon removed, but other than that, the comments have been brilliant. And I'm going to have to go and rewatch the show because I've missed a lot of it because I was focusing on the comments, and it is brilliant. So thank you so much to everybody that's taken the time to post a comment. It really is appreciated. And we do look at them as well after the show. We can look back through the comments. So yeah, top shout.
Let me ask the audience who's still hanging on and watching this right now. If we were to do this again, what question would you ask? What question would you put forward for another debate of caravan versus motorhome or motorhome versus caravan? Because maybe there is just so much more out there that we haven't explored in this show. Maybe we could ask more questions and get other people on to answer those. And maybe John could do some research for it.
I think there, Dan, it doesn't necessarily have to be caravan versus motorhome. It's just a debate about the whole industry and everything. And I think you touched something. You said something to me a few weeks back, and you were talking away as we've got a whole new people coming into this industry.
Yeah.
And one thing you said is, how does this industry keep hold of them?
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been quite critical of the industry. More so now because I can see the industry has had an absolute golden opportunity to keep newcomers in the industry, and they're doing a very poor job. And that's not the dealers, that's not the coal-faced people. It's the industry themselves, the top nods, the people who govern the industry and how it behaves and how it responds to the new clients, the new people, even the clubs to some degree. They really haven't captured the essence of the newcomers which have come along, which is where people like our channel and John's channel and other, Bob's channel has really, inflated so much, because we are answering the questions which, quite frankly, the industry should have been answering many, many years ago, and they just haven't. And this golden opportunity of this whole pandemic situation that we find ourselves in, we find ourselves in a situation where, once again, the industry is just being a bit lax and a bit complacent. And we, the industry, the people on the floor, the people who are selling the motorhomes and the caravans, the people who are servicing them, the people who are selling accessories, and us band of YouTubers and bloggers, etc., we are currently filling in the gaps that the industry should have been doing.
And I completely understand that and completely agree. I mean, it's not far off the reason why me and Jason started this show as a whole, because there's such a bloody gap between the industry and the users, and there's just no information out there apart from the people like yourselves that do these channels, and there's no not insider, but there's no view of the other side of what's happening. And it's just great to be able to get everybody together and be able to show what it's about. Because everybody is so complacent and so old-fashioned, and everybody's doing really well at the moment, but when it goes quiet again in X amount of time, they'll be sitting there thinking, "Oh dear, I should have done something back then." And
See, right now, at this time, on the 27th of September, the industry should be educating people on how to use their caravans or their motorhomes throughout the winter season. There's not a lot that people need to worry about. In fact, there's very little to worry about. But there's a few key messages which makes everybody's experience of winter touring that little bit easier and that little bit safer. And the industry, by and large, have done a very poor job of that. And we've got a whole new wave of people in who've just bought a caravan and motorhome because they couldn't go abroad. And they're sat there wondering, well, what do we do with this thing now until next year? And that's where we should all step up to the mark and tell people that just keep using it. In fact, it's the most beneficial thing about it, that you can just keep using it.
And I really do think this is probably going to be the first year where it does go into a winter season, and it just continues all the way through.
Yeah,
which is great for the economy.
Let's face it, the crooks and the crannies of everything. We've talked about caravans, we've talked about motorhomes, we've talked about campervans. The old thing is, it doesn't matter what you've got, go out and explore this great country of ours.
Yep, that's what it is. Enjoy it,
and there's people,
regardless of time of year.
An hour in any direction.
Yeah, I mean that's all I tend to go is an hour out of the way, but it's enough. I can go to the Peas District, which isn't far, and the amount of people that I spoke to, and they said, "Oh, I've never been to Cornwall before, or I've never been here or there," but they've been everywhere else in the world, and all of a sudden they realise how much potential this place has.
I go to a site quite often. I make no secret of it. I go to Cirencester, which is literally 15 minutes away from my back door, and I get a little bit emotional about it because it's my little salvation. It's my little area of absolute bliss. I'll just take the caravan up there. I can be set up by 3:30 in the afternoon, picking up Chloe from school at 3 o'clock, and we set up, and we can be anywhere. The dog can have a run around. He loves the area. We can go for a nice long stroll. We cook something. We just have time together as a family in a little white box, and that just does us. It just recharges the batteries for the next week. And I sound strange saying that because it is just a stupid little white box, but it's our paradise. It's our little place to go to get away from the house, the neighbours, the cars driving up and down the road.
It just gives you that
freedom. Yeah.
Folks, shall we wrap this up?
Yeah.
It's been brilliant.
I really enjoyed this one tonight, guys. Thank you ever so much for putting this together, Jason and Shane.
No, thank you to Shane, thank you to Dan, thank you to everybody who's took the effort to come on, everybody who's took the effort to watch. We might start possibly speaking to Dan when he's not so busy and do a few debates on different things. But it's been brilliant. Thank you, everybody.
Hey,
Thank you.
I tell you what debate we should do: Alder versus Truma.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go. That's one for next week. get researching now, John.
Thank you, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, we'll be back next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Just where you're watching it now. So we shall see you next week. Thanks all.
Have a good week. Take care. Stay safe.